Okay, so very good morning. Now, today we will discuss next part of welding processes. In the previous lecture, we have discussed some welding processes, uh, mainly arc welding process and gas welding process. So, in the previous class, we have discussed what means different type of arc welding processes and gas welding process. And another different welding processes are there, like resistance welding process and laser beam or electron beam welding process also there. So today we will discuss these parts, means resistance welding process and uh, advanced welding process like laser and electron beam welding process. Okay, so resistance welding process. So resistance means just from the terminology, this welding process will occur due to the resistance of what? Resistance between resistance in electric resistance means the difference between the potential difference between the uh, in electric. Okay, so this welding occurs due to the electric potential difference. Okay, and this resistance welding process are these are actually not means these are pressure type welding process, means along with the heat. In this case, the pressure have to be applied. Means it may pressure be applied here. So pressure means how this pressure is applied. So this pressure is applied by just so so this is one electrode. There are two electrodes. Other one electrode is fixed. In general, the lower electrode is fixed. Uh, this electrode fixed the thing, and this upper electrode will move, and the current will pass through these two electrodes. Electric connections is there. So from electric source, these two electrodes are connected, uh, electrically connected, and this electrode means a small a pressure can apply to this electrode also. The electrode through this electrode, the pressure can be applied in this zone. Okay, and on these two electrodes will contact through these metals. Uh, so means this resistance welding will occur only for metals, not in non-metallic body. So this welding process occurs those metals are electrically conductive. Okay, and these two electrodes are contact through these metals. Then electric will pass to these metals. Sorry, through this metal, then a electric current will pass, and this electric current means not a small amount, means a very high amount of this electric current will pass through this metal. Okay, and whenever this electric current will pass, then depend a heat will generate. Okay, means a very high heat will generate due to the high electric current. Okay, so means in resistance welding process, in this case, high electric current apply, and low voltage and high electric current will apply. Okay, so and a small pressure is applied in this welding process. So this is resistance welding process or pressure welding process in which heavy current is passed. Okay. So in this case, a high current or heavy current is passed for short time. Okay, means this time duration में pass होगी. So this is actually जो contact time रहेगी. This contact time is very short time. So the area of the interface of metals to be joined means जो जो metal को join करनी है. So so a high current to be passed through this metal for a short time. So जैसे दोनों इलेक्ट्रोड पास करूंगा, a high current will pass and immediately the metal will melt at that zone only uh, and the solidity and the melted metal also solidify very rapidly and the welding between two metals will happen. So in this case no filler material is required. जो material में यूज करूंगा वो दोनों material उसी परसेंट पर उसी एरिया में मेल्ट हो जाएगी ड्यू टू हाई application of the current. Okay, and the melted material also solidify uh, very rapidly. Okay, the basic governing equation. So this is the equation. So means following this equation, the heat will generate means H equal to I square RT. So here I is the current and R is the resistance within the metals and T is the time, means applied time. Okay. So just see from this equation, if we apply high current, okay, means if the value of I is more, then this the generated heat will be more. So and it will increase in power, means I square, square value. So if this value will increase, then the uh, value of heat generated heat will increase just the power value of this I square. मीन्स I की जो वैल्यू होगी अगर मैं 2 से 4 करूँगा तो उसको पावर में इंक्रीज होगी. Okay, so if you pass the high current value then high heat will generate. Okay, so in this case means voltage is very low, low voltage pass. So there is no chance of getting shock. Means shock होने का कोई chance नहीं है. Means you can weld by just holding this strip. जो metal है, you can hold this. You can hold this strip. hold कर सकते हैं. ये मीन्स ज़्यादा वोल्टेज नहीं पास होगी बट जो करंट पास होगी वो वेरी हाई करंट पास होगी. तो मीन्स मेनली मीन्स इन ओपन हैंड ये नहीं किया जाता है कोई ग्लाव्स और ये करके जो मटेरियल होगी शीट मेटल उसको कट किया जाता है मीन्स होल्ड किया जाता है. ओके, so this is actually just the physics behind this resistance welding process. So this is H is total heat generated. This process differs from other welding process in the respect that is required to weld the material. So कोई flux material और जो जो इलेक्ट्रोड जो in arc welding process. So that process arc electrode arc or pillar material is required to fill the cavity. Means to fill the cavity welding cavity जो होगी. Okay, जो भी groove और उस ग्रुप में फिल करने के लिए फिलर मटेरियल की जरूरत है. बट इन दिस वेल्डिंग प्रोसेस नो फिलर मटेरियल इज रिक्वायर्ड और नो फ्लास इज रिक्वायर्ड. So I is current in ampere, R is resistance of area, and T is the time of current flow. कितना टाइम पर current flow किया जाता है. So here T is very negligible, means very low. Means time duration of the time is very low. Okay, but I is very high. I fellow. Okay. So these resistance welding process are of different types. Means spot welding process means according to the size of the size and procedure of this resistance welding process. This resistance welding process are of different type. Suppose just you you are doing the resistance welding like this in that in this case a spot the only the material oil only that zone and a spot type of oil like this circular spot type of oil the zone will create okay in this case so that's why this is called means a spot welding process another is the seam welding process so just this one is the spot welding process. So here the spot will form to that area. Go ahead. Every level. एक काम करो ना मेरे पास इनका पैक से सैंपल गिरवा लो okay so so just see in a spot welding process. So this welding occurs just at a small area, and it looks like a spot means just like a this type of circular spot surface of the workpiece like this. Okay. So whenever this current will pass, high heat will generate at that zone. Just see here, heat will generate and high heat will generate material and the material at that zone only will melt very rapidly and solidify also very rapidly. Okay. Another is the seam welding process. Just see here in this is also a resistance welding process, but here two rollers are there. So like this, two rollers are there, and the sheet metal will pass in between two rollers. So two rollers will rotate, and a small pressure will applied, and the electric current will pass through these two rollers. Okay, these two rollers and through this sheet metal. Okay, so the physics is same like this spot welding, but in a spot welding, the welding will take place at a spot means at a only localized area, and but in this case, a long strip material can weld by this is welding process. Means you can pass this long strip material, sheet metal, through this two roller means in between two rollers will rotate. Okay, so in this case, means suppose this is the sheet metal. So you want to oil in between in this area. So just you pass this sheet metal in between two rollers and at left hand the a it will generate due to current, high current at that zone, and the welding will take place along this length. Okay, so just see the difference. Bar welding process. So here in this case, so this one the bar welding process. This animated view. So in this, just see this is also a resistance welding process. So the current will pass, high current will pass, and means, first this screw will welded due to this resistance, and this after welding this screw, this will look like a projection. Sorry, this is actually projection welding process. So this is हाँ लिखा है सब इसमें so this is actually sorry projection welding process. So in this case is like first on screw will oiled by applying the same physics of resistance oiling process means is still there, and when high current will pass through this screw, then screw will means the C in the contact between the screw and the sheet metal will melt, and it will melt हो जाएगी, and this screw will get oiled with this sheet metal, and this screw melt हो जाएगी, then this screw can use as a means means uh, to join the other parts like this. Okay. Okay. So first is a spot welding process. In a spot resistant spot welding, two or more sheets of metals are through which a welding current is supplied for a definite time, and also force is exerted on the workpीस में क्या किया जाता है, एक हाई करंट पास किया जाता है, एंड प्रेशर भी अप्लाई किया जाता है. प्रेशर एक्चुअली जो इलेक्ट्रोड है थ्रू दिस इलेक्ट्रोड प्रेशर अप्लाई किया जाता है, एंड दिस वेल्डिंग प्रोसेस अप्लाई फॉर ए definite means limited time. Okay. So this is a spot welding setup. So just see this animated view, how the spot welding takes place, and how rapidly this welding process takes place. Just this part will move, means this is apart electrode will move from move to downward. So actually, in below there is a pedal. Whenever you press this pedal through your leg, by your leg, and you press this pedal by your leg, then this lever will come down. Means the electrode, this lever will come down, uh, and this is the another electrode. जो नीचे इलेक्ट्रोड है, so this is another electrode, and if high current will pass whenever we touch, and the material will melt at that zone very rapidly, and it solidify also very rapidly. Okay. ये solidify very rapidly होती है क्योंकि जो जिस जोन में मटेरियल मेल्ट होगी, that is very small zone. Okay. So if the zone is very small, then the solidification also very high. It's a high rate में solidify होगी, because उसका जो surrounding environment है, this is surrounding environment is a room temperature. Okay. Means just think at that spot only, just it is uh, in millimeter, means 2 to 3 to 4 millimeter. I think the diameter of this spot maybe 3 to 4 millimeters only. So material will melt only at that zone. Means it's a small area. Okay, and it's the surrounding जो environment है, so the temperature at surrounding environment at the room temperature में है. Okay, but at that zone the melting temperature around more than 3000. ओके. तो इसका जो सॉलिडिफाई होगी में रेट जो हीट ट्रांसफर होगी, दिस हीट विल ट्रांसफर 3000 to room temperature very rapidly. Okay. So like that means this spot welding process will take place very rapidly. Okay. जैसे टच करूंगा वो स्पॉट हो जाएगी, ऑयल हो जाएगी. So there this that's why this welding process is very high application. Means, if you means in this case no means most of the cases no filler material is required. Okay, so just see, pausing here. So just see, this is the image of after getting the spot. Okay, so this zone actually get oil melted, and the material will oil. Just see this and two sheets will melt, joined together by this welding process. Okay, so means okay, it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Just see, this is the oil spot welding use means if you want to weld the means a number of sheet metals. Actually, spot welding used for oiling or joining the sheet metals. So if you want to oil this number of sheet metals, two or three more than two or three sheet metals, and you have to keep like this these metals one over another and apply the spot welding. Spot welding इसमें से apply करनी है and after welding the welding means spot welding looks like this. ओके मीन्स जो सारे सीट मेटल है सीट मेटल गेट जॉइंट टुगेदर ओके जॉइंट हो जाएगी एंड ये डोंट मीन्स ऐसे सोच मत सोचो जो इसमें जो स्ट्रेंथ मिलेगी स्ट्रेंथ कम मिलेगी इसमें जो मीन्स वेल्डिंग के बाद जो स्ट्रेंथ मिलेगी ये वेरी हाई स्ट्रेंथ मिलती है क्यों हाई स्ट्रेंथ मिलती है बिकॉज जो मेल्ट हुआ है जो जॉइंट हुआ है जो मटेरियल यूज किया हूँ मैंने जो मटेरियल को मैंने ज्वाइन किया हूँ उसी मटेरियल की वेल्डिंग जोन बना है मीन्स जो वेल्डिंग जोन में जो मटेरियल है तो द मटेरियल इन वेल्डिंग जोन एंड द मेस मटेरियल इज सेम बट इसमें थोड़ा सा चेंज होती है क्योंकि ये हाई टेम्परेचर में आ जाती है तो ड्यू टू हाई टेम्परेचर मीन्स मटेरियल मेल्ट हो इसी प्रोसेस में जो मटेरियल है दिस मटेरियल एक्चुअली मेल्ट एंड सॉलिडिफाई वेरी रैपिडली सॉलिडिफाई होती है तो ड्यू टू दिस रैपिडली सॉलिडिफाई इसमें ग्रेन स्ट्रक्चर थोड़ा सा चेंज होती है बट इस जोन में जो मटेरियल है जो वेल्डेड मटेरियल है इसका द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ दिस मटेरियल इज मोर कंपेयर टू दिस बेस मटेरियल ऐसे मटेरियल में जो स्ट्रेंथ है इस मटेरियल का स्ट्रेंथ और ज़्यादा है ओके मेनली जो मटेरियल अगर ज्वाइन करने के बाद अगर मैं टेंसाइल करूँगा तो मटेरियल जो स्पॉट वेल्डिंग के बाद जो मटेरियल टूटता है तो दिस मटेरियल एक्चुअली ब्रेक जस्ट बाउंड्री बिटवीन दिस ऑयल जोन एंड बेस जोन एक्चुअली दिस इज बेस मटेरियल जो मटेरियल को मैं यूज कर रहा हूँ दिस इज कॉल्ड बेस मटेरियल दिस बेस मटेरियल so a means at the boundary between this base material and oil material, the material will crack will generate and material will fail. Okay. Other at that zone means other the boundary of boundary between this oil zone, hatch zone, oil zone को कहते हैं hatch zone. Means why hatch zone? HAZ. Samir, why it is called hatch zone? Do you know full from the hedge? Hello?
हेलो।
हाँ हेलो
सर कुछ कह रहे हैं?
यस यस ये जो ऑयल्ड जोन होती है ना जो जिस जोन में
जी
मटेरियल ऑयल होती है जो
जी
मेल्ट
सर।
हो जाती है तो दिस जोन इज कॉल्ड हैज जोन हैज
ओके।
हैज कहती है
एच
एच
इज
जेड एच ए जेड सो हाई इट इज कॉल्ड हैज डू यू नो द फुल फॉर्म ऑफ हैज आइडिया एनी
जेड से तो जोन होता है, ए से होता है शायद हाई से होता है, हाईली एक्टिव जोन ऐसा कुछ।
नहीं दिस इज एच फॉर हीट affected zone A for affected zone okay so this zone or no H for heat HAT and A for affected heat affected zone Z for zone so this called the hedge zone so hedge zone में जो strength मिलेगी this is more strength compared to this base metal Okay, and the material mainly material failed होगी either boundary between this hedge zone and base metal और इन द बेस मेटल, इन बेस मेटल में होगी, अगर बेस मेटल में ऐसे फेल हो सकती है, नहीं तो ये बाउंड्री बराबर हो सकती है। बट ये जो हेड जोन है ना, हेड जोन में कभी भी मटेरियल फेल नहीं होगी, मीन्स ऐसे ऐसे नहीं होगी, मीन्स अलोंग दिस हेड जोन मटेरियल फेल नहीं होगी अलोंग बराबर हेड जोन में बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रेंथ होती है। जो ग्रेन स्ट्रक्चर फॉर्मेशन होगी वो ग्रेन स्ट्रक्चर वेरी रिफाइंड हो जाती है। ओके, हेड जोन में जो ग्रेन स्ट्रक्चर फॉर्मेशन होगी, दिस ग्रेन स्ट्रक्चर विल गेट वेरी रिफाइंड। मैं ये करूंगा, सर क्लास लूंगा कैसे हेड जोन में ग्रेन स्ट्रक्चर रिफाइंड होगी। ओके, इनसे एक्चुअली हाई टेम्परेचर होती है, मेल्ट मटेरियल मेल्ट हो जाती है एंड रैपिडली सॉलिडिफाई होती है, तो वेरी रिफाइंड ग्रेन स्ट्रक्चर फॉर्म होती है। ओके, okay. Whatever. So this is the spot welding in automobile sector using automatic spot welding. Okay, with the help of robot. Okay. So now it is next is seam welding. So I have already explained how this seam welding occurs. Means just here there are two rollers are there. So these two rollers will rotate and a sheet metal will pass in between two rotating rollers and electric current will pass through this two rollers. Okay, and due to high electric current or heavy electric current, heat will generate and the material at that zone will melt and solidify very rapidly. Okay, same physics, so spot welding, but in this case, the sheet metal can pass, means you can weld the material through its length. Okay, means if this is the sheet metal, so you can weld this sheet metal तो एक लेंथ ऐसे ऑयल कर सकते हो। ओके, बट इन केस ऑफ स्पॉट वेल्डिंग यू कैन ऑयल ओनली एट डिफरेंट स्पॉट। ओके, ओके। So seam welding, in seam welding, overlapping sheets are grouped between two wheels or roller. This electrode and current is passed to obtain either the continuous seam, that is overlapping weld nuggets, or intermittent seam, that is weld nuggets, or equally spaced. ओके, मैंने जो बताया वही लिखे हैं। तो ऑयल्ड नेगेट यार another terminology is oiled negate। मैं बता रहा हूँ ऑयल नेगेट इज नथिंग बट जो जिस जोन फॉर्मेशन होगी, सपोज जो यू आर डूइंग स्पॉट ऑयलिंग, तो स्पॉट ऑयल होने के बाद जो ऑयल्ड जोन होगी, तो दिस इज कॉल्ड द ऑयल्ड नागेट। ओके, जो जोन सर्कुलर जोन क्रिएट होगा ना स्पॉट ऑयलिंग के बाद, so this zone is called the spot oiled nugget, and this diameter is called the nugget diameter. Okay, clear? This diameter D is called the nugget diameter. So जो nugget diameter generate होगी, and this diameter actually depends on the uh, applied current, कितना करंट अप्लाई कर रहा हूँ, कितना करंट सप्लाई कर रहा हूँ, तो सप्लाई ऑफ द करंट। ओके, and this nugget diameter also affect the strength of the material in the strength of the oiled zone welding. Okay, it actually research means the nugget diameter कितना होगी, तो then you will get the optimum strength of this spot welding. Similarly, in case of seam welding, nugget oil and oiled nugget means this one में nugget हुआ means suppose oiled at around this width. So this is the nugget oil means this is the uh, nugget oil. Okay. So this is the application of CL welding. So just this after welding part, this one. So means, by using this seam welding, we can weld two pipes. So suppose two pipes is there. So if you want to join want to join the two pipes or more than two pipes, and so to increase its length, then this seam welding is appropriate. And so in this case, just means in seam welding process, here just two rollers are rotating, so it and the sheet metal are passing. So just similar physics is there. Means in this case, this pipe will rotate. Okay, pipe will rotate, and this is one electrode connecting here, and another electrode just inside this pipe. Okay, so so when these two electrodes will contact through this metal, then electric current, high electric current will pass, and through the periphery of this pipe will get melt. I mean, say oiled. Okay, so this is this seam welding process is very high application in oiling of two or more metal pipes. Okay, to increase its length. Another is projection welding. So just I told that this so in this case also physics is same, but here first oiling a screw means on the metal. So just here first oiling this is screw. Okay, by following the same physics of spot welding, means high current pass, heavy current pass किया जाता है, and the screw की जो so at the bottom of this screw will be joint with this sheet metal. Okay, just see here this touch and current applies to just a metal will melt here. हेलो हाँ हाँ अच्छा अच्छा ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है मैं कर रहा हूँ अच्छा मेरा ये डिपार्टमेंट का एड्रेस दे देना एक मिनट 10 मिनट हेलो, हेलो, हेलो।
Sir.
हाँ, साउंड आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
ओके,
Yes, sir.
ओके, ओके। सो तो प्रोजेक्शन वेल्डिंग इसमें क्या किया जाता है? तो इन दिस प्रोसेस प्रोजेक्शंस आर प्रोवाइडेड इन वन ऑफ द वर्क पीस एट द प्लेस ऑफ इंटेंडेड वेल्डिंग। ओके, सो लाइक दिस ऐसे प्रोजेक्शन किया जाता है उनसे। फर्स्ट स्क्रू को वेल्ड किया जाता है विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस बाय जस्ट फॉलोइंग spot welding process. Okay, so like this means uh, first ऐसे प्रोजेक्शन से किया है, एंड देन जो नेक्स्ट sheet metal है, so this sheet metal is kept here and a pressure apply, a pressure will apply here, a pressure apply किया जाता है एंड जो प्रोजेक्शन हुआ था दिस प्रोजेक्शन विल मेल्ट here, ऐसे मेल्ट हो जाएगी एंड दिस टू sheet metals will oil together. Okay, so surface of the workpiece come in contact with each other only at the tip of these projections. As the current is switched on, जैसे current जैसे switch on करूँगा, current will pass on the projections are melted and the workpiece are fast pressed together to complete the oil. Okay. So in case of projection welding, happen first projections ऐसे शीट मेटल की ऐसे प्रोजेक्शन किया जाता है। ओके, स्पॉट वेल्ड करके एंड जो शीट मेटल की वेल्ड करूँगा वो जस्ट उसको पर रख के क्या करूँगा, हाई करंट will pass through this sheet metal and a pressure will apply. Okay, so that the projection will melt. उसमें जो प्रोजेक्शन ने फर्स्ट ये किया था वो प्रोजेक्शन मेल्ट होगी एंड मेल्टिंग दिस प्रोजेक्शंस मेल्ट होने के बाद सॉलिडिफाई हो जाएगी एंड टू मेटल्स विल join together. Okay, the melted projection from the spot welds simultaneously. The electrode and the holding fixtures are suitably designed as per the shape of the weld. Means किस टाइप की weld चाहिए, so according to this the holding and the fixtures have to be designed. Okay, अगर फ्लैट चाहिए तो जो बॉटम सरफेस होगी फोल्डर से जो दोनों पार्ट है वो फ्लैट होगी. Okay. Another is bar weld. So this bar weld means so this bar weld also the same applications like seam weld means in this welding process two or more pipes can weld together. So so these are two oil, two. So in this case also a high current density is applied. So like this. Um, so like these two pipes are there. And so this is pipe one and this is pipe two. So if you want to join these two pipes together by this bar welding, so just you ऐसे दोनों पाइप के बीच में आने हैं means come close together and a high current will pass through these two pipes. Okay, just connecting these two pipes uh, with electric source, then a high current will pass through these two pipes and this contact zone will melt very quickly, and solidify also very quickly, and these two pipes will melt together. Okay, so just see here. So this is one pipe P1, pipe 1, and this is pipe 2. So these two pipes will come close together, and the electric power is supplied through this power supply, electric power supply, and air heat will generate due to high current supply. Okay, material will melt, and then it will get oiled. So this oiling process also have a very high applications on for oiling two or more pipes. Okay, another is friction stir welding. So from the terminology, it is clear that this welding is happens by just friction and steer, means ऐसे एक ये इसको रोटेट किया जाता है, जैसे रोटेट करूंगा उसमें हाई फ्रिक्शन जनरेट होती है. ओके, एंड ड्यू टू दिस हाई फ्रिक्शन happen due to high friction, high heat will generate, and due to high heat the material get melt. Okay, so just see this physics behind this welding process. So this is the friction tool. So this means friction stir tool. So this friction stir tool will rotate at a very high RPM. Okay, and on this friction stir tool will rotate, then high friction will generate, and the material the material will melt here like this. The material will melt here. Okay, and melt as well as solidify. Okay, okay. So like this is the friction star welding process setup. So just to see here also, this is the rotator. Is the friction star tool is rotate, and this tool can also travel uh, along this direction. Can so we travel. Okay, so this can also be traveled along this direction. So I this friction tool will rotate, high heat will generate, and the material will get and these two parts will oil together. Okay, so clear. Now another welding process, laser beam welding process. So this is actually very advanced welding process. So in this case, a laser beam is used for melting the metal. So just to see here, a laser beam is used for melting the metals that zone. Okay, and so just this is the schematic view. This is the workpiece. So workpiece table means work table for holding the workpiece. This is the workpiece. Okay, and so here a laser beam will fall from this laser. This is actually a flash tube. So from here a laser beam will come, and there is a focusing lens is there, means to focus the laser beam at a point. Okay, point में focus करनी है, and at that point the laser beam will focus, and here a hot heat will generate, and the material will get melt, and ultimately the two or more parts can be oiled together. Okay, so this is just so same things is written here. Just you can read it. So So just see how this laser beam welding happens. So this is the laser torch. So this is portable laser welding machine. Portable laser welding machine. तो जस्ट ऐसे जो लेजर वेल्डिंग टॉर्च है, ऐसे इसको ट्रैवल करूँगा तो उसी पोर्शन पर मटेरियल मेल्ट हो जाएगी, एंड मटेरियल विल गेट ऑयल्ड. ओके, मीन्स प्रिसिजन ऑयलिंग मिलता है इसमें. Okay, no filler material is required in this case also. Okay, so the advantage and disadvantage of laser beam welding. So this process can be used to weld dissimilar metals also. Means dissimilar metal means like you want to weld aluminum with steel. Okay, aluminum with steel. Aluminum with steel. Sorry. ASS, automatic stainless steel. Okay, so this is possible by this laser beam welding process. Means this similar material को हल करने के लिए this process is very suitable. Okay, widely varying a physical purpose means laser welding. Laser welding holds thermal absorption and shrinkage to minimum. High production rate means just see ये जो पीछे से कैसे with the help of laser beam कैसे weld हो जा रहे very rapidly. And this laser beam technique can also it's just like a robot means automatic laser welding also is possible. Okay, so this is actually very high production rate. Okay, oil can be made with a high degree of precision. Means इसमें जो welding होगी तो welding का very high accurate welding मिलती है, precision welding मिलती है. When not only precision इसमें जो welding defect होगी तो welding defect also minimum welding defect. हाई एनर्जी लो बात इसमें जो डिसएडवांटेज इज दैट इसमें हाई एनर्जी लॉस होगी मीन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन बीम जो इनका जो एनर्जी है तो वेरी हाई एनर्जी होती है. तो दिस मीन्स हाई एनर्जी लॉस है. हाईली स्किल्ड ऑपरेटर इज रिक्वायर्ड मीन्स जो कर दिस ऑपरेटर शुड हैव हाई स्किल, हाई इक्विपमेंट कॉस्ट, हाई प्रोटेक्शन रिक्वायर्ड. तो इसमें ऑयलिंग बीम लेजर बीम यूज हो रही है सो हाई प्रोटेक्शन इज ऑलवेज रिक्वायर्ड and the equipment cost is also very high. Okay, laser beam use कर रहे हैं. Another is electron beam. In this case also same. So instead of laser beam, in this process electron beam is used as a heat source. Okay, so it's a electron beam. Um, so this is the filament. So from this filament, the electron beam is generated, and this is actually focusing lens. These two are focusing lens. These are two focusing lenses. The electron beam will uh, focused at a point on the workpiece. Okay, and due to this electron beam, this also a very high energy beams, and due to this high energy beams, material melt here and ultimately material get burnt. Okay, so this is just so advantage of this process is the penetration of the beam is high. Means for a thick metal, this thick metal can be oiled by this welding process. Okay, thick metal को by this electron beam welding can use for welding this thick metals also. This process can be used at a higher welding speed, typically between 125 to 200 millimeter per second. Means high speed welding कर सकते हो at to 125 millimeter per second. Means per second 125 millimeter oil कर सकते हो. No filler metal or flux is required in this case. The heat liberated is in the narrow zone. Means जो welding zone होगी, so this welding zone is very narrow compared to the other welding process. The heat affected zone is minimum. Means minimum the heat affected zone होगी. Okay, so hatch zone होगी. So in this case, hatch zone is very minimum compared to the other welding process. Okay, it can weld or cut any metal or ceramics, diamonds, sometimes as thick as 150 millimeter. Okay, मीन्स इतना मिलीमीटर तक